Hey guys, and welcome back to Commit to Change with Crystal. Hi, I'm Crystal Saturday, and this is my husband.
Ryan Saturday.
And we wanted to share with you guys some information if you're wanting to get started in your weight loss journey of a good place to start. Something that worked for me in my journey last year of losing 85 pounds in 8.5 months was that I had to stop the night eating. For me, I would eat a ton of cookies or ice cream right before bed and just go to sleep. And that wasn't really, a good use of my calories or, energy thereafter. So what I figured I needed to start with was just to stop that night eating and to try to get 3 to 4 hours between dinner and bedtime. What this does is helps you get into a rest and digest stage so that your body can actually break down the food that you've eaten for the day, especially if you haven't been that active. We don't want to go to bed with full stomachs and not be able to use any of that for proper fuel.
And it'll just disturb your rest,
Yes.
right? There's a lot of science behind that, so don't take our word for it. You can always look into that. But your body wants to go into a deep state of rest, and if it's having to work, which digesting of food, although we don't think about it, the body is going through that process. And
Yep.
we'll make one caveat here is if you're like us and you have to work out at nighttime, you get it in when you have to, right?
Yeah.
You do have to get in some food post workout because you want to refuel the glycogen and all the stuff that you just used up in the gym. So what we do is sometimes we use like what is it, like a scoop of protein,
Yeah.
uh,
Rolled
rolled
oats.
oats, and then that peanut butter powder.
Yeah, and
It's
we
really
do
good
we do
stuff.
like a quarter cup of the rolled oats and 2 tablespoons of the peanut butter powder. It's low in
That's
fat,
why I
but
was
you
looking
get
at. I knew she'd know this. She makes the shake, as you
yes,
can tell.
it's low in fat, but gives you a good taste and helps with you get the protein you need, you get the
Yeah,
carbohydrates you need, and a little bit of fat to help fuel those muscles that you just annihilated.
yeah.
Uh,
It's
the
about start that recovery process. Super
Exactly.
important.
And I mean, they can't grow if you don't feed them. What are they going to grow from?
Yeah.
So, and I'll admittedly, when I was starting my journey of weightlifting, I was not as good at eating protein shakes after my workout. And honestly, that was a lot of wasted workout. So
Yeah.
don't let the no night eating stop you from fueling your workouts. We
Right.
still have a couple hours from the time we
That's
get
just
home.
going to say we still get our 3 hours in
Yeah,
post workout. So still following this metric, but just didn't want to cause confusion because
exactly.
everybody's maybe in a different place in their journey, right?
Yes, especially if you're lifting, you got to fuel your muscles.
Yeah.
And a trick that we use to curb our hunger is to drink water. You really probably aren't hungry, you're just thirsty,
Yeah.
and
Could
we
be.
need water. For it's actually great for your heart, and there's a lot of other studies out there behind drinking water at night, but it definitely helps all day long to drink water, especially in the evenings.
Yeah. I'll jump in here on this one too, even.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like to do is sometimes when I have a sweet tooth, I read somewhere because I like to study this stuff that sometimes it's just you're starved for sodium, so your
Um,
electrolytes are low. And then, sure enough, I started putting what's a flavored one, so I guess it kind of gives you that
yeah.
satiation too. But put a little packet of electrolytes in my water, and completely knocked out a lot of those cravings. So check that one out too.
Yes, a lot of times, this is another little add on to that. Sodium gets a bad rap, but it actually isn't that bad for your body. You just need to drink more water and, more activity. But sugar's the one that wreaks a lot of havoc on our
Yeah,
body. And I love sugar. So
yeah.
that's my nemesis that I've been working on.
Yeah, sodium definitely gets a bad name. Always check it. Too much sodium it is a thing, but a lot of us eat sodium-rich foods, so we're consuming quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
So, person dependent. If you're a person that eats a lot of processed foods, you may have a pretty substantial amount of sodium in your diet, believe it or not.
Hmm.
If you're someone like me who doesn't salt their food and doesn't eat processed foods, my sodium's relatively low, so I kind of fuel that with electrolyte packets.
Yeah. And it's important, especially if you do a lot of intense workouts. If you're sweating a lot,
Mm.
you are definitely losing those essential minerals. And so you need to replenish them
Yeah, it
with.
may be what's making you feel yucky.
Very true. There's a
Yeah,
lot of vitamin deficiency, mineral deficiencies in our bodies that are, actually leading to low energy levels, fatigue, brain fog, a wide array of things. So,
hmm,
as we often recommend as well, to get your blood work, do a full blood
yeah.
panel with a doctor,
Always go see your doctor.
have your endocrinologist check your thyroid because they'll
Hmm.
run some deep tests, check for antibodies if you're curious, if you have, autoimmune disorders. But really understanding like where your vitamin levels are can make a big difference in your health journey and being able to sustain this additional exercise because your body's likely burning and using a lot of those and you need to replenish them.
Yeah. Yeah. You make such a great point. We both visited doctors and got blood work done and found out all sorts. She found out she had Hashimoto's, which we knew that you had a thyroid issue early in life, but kind of thought it corrected itself.
Yeah,
So
apparently that never happens.
always go out and get some blood work if you can afford it, of course, or if you're in a position to. We highly suggest always going and speaking to your doctor before you start any journey.
Absolutely. And a bonus that we wanted to leave you guys with is that if you wanted to add a potential additional calorie deficit to your day, drop one of your usual daily snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Once I stopped the night eating, what I actually did was I would eat my sweet treat right after dinner because I still wanted to have it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was so calorie dense, honestly. And so I was like, what if I just dropped it? And so
Mm-hmm.
that was my next kind of step within this first step for me was to then drop it. And that gave me, on a historical basis of what I had been eating,
Mm-hmm.
that was a calorie deficit in a way. And
Right.
so
Because we're pretty consistent in what we eat every day. So for us, it's very easy. But it's true, but it's easy to eliminate something out of our diet and be like, boom, that for us is a calorie deficit because I'm not eating, uh, chicken, rice, and broccoli and my little yogurt snack afterwards. You're right. If I remove the yogurt snack, but I continue to eat the same thing every single day, which we're not suggesting you have to do. I'm on a different journey right now, trying to do something crazy. I'm trying to do a bodybuilding show over 40 for the first time ever, and I do not have the genetics for it. So this is going to be really funny to watch, I'm sure. But that's what I'm doing is eating the same thing every day. So to her point, if you remove any kind of snack, something that you're having consistently every day, there's a good potential that you could be putting yourself in a calorie deficit just by removing that thing. So it's just a bonus.
yep.
Of course, try these other things first, but if you can, because we all like our sweets and we all like our little treat, you certainly don't have to like remove it completely. We always treat ourselves.
Oh yeah.
It's part of this to keep you motivated and want to keep going. It's like, hey, I'm still in control of my life, and that treat here and there for me is like I'm still in control.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And so if you're curious how long you should apply this step, I would recommend shooting for 1 to 2 weeks to kind of get a habit out of the no night eating, having a set amount of time after your dinner between bedtime, and really feeling that that's just part of who you are.
Yeah.
Before you go on into the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you wanted to do just this part of it, stop the no night eating for 1 to 2 weeks. And once that's part of who you are, then do your bonus, dropping that additional additional snack for that calorie deficit. Do that for 1 to 2 weeks. And I promise you will see a difference. You just have to be consistent about it and be honest of, what we're doing and how much we're eating in a day. But yep. I hope you guys can find this helpful on where you can start. I know it can seem overwhelming, but really, if you just take the first step and repeat small habits daily, you will see huge changes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll leave you with this. You can do it. Like, I know it's overwhelming because we were there with you. We understand. We've lost over 150 pounds together combined. So it's a journey. You have to start somewhere, make small decisions like this, and it's a good place to start. And it only is going to build on yourself because one of the most important things is self-confidence. If you say that you're going to do something and you start doing it, your confidence skyrockets. So do something that you can do. Check these boxes. This is a great place to start. Again, it's a journey, and we absolutely believe in you, and we know that you can do it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining. Stay tuned for step 2 and how you can apply it to your journey, and we'll share more information.